Let's hope that the quality's better tonight, but there's no guarantee that it will be. Hello, everybody. Welcome to TIMBP Live. You're probably watching on the replay. Doesn't look like there's anybody here right now, but that's okay. I imagine that we're getting a little potato-y again tonight, so if it's not working out on the YouTube, I might just switch over to some Instagram. But Tater Dom, what's up, Tater Dom? Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. Currently, our only our only viewer. Storytime's here. What's going on, Storytime? Hello. Good to see you. Cheers as well. I have this sneaking suspicion, like it's not looking good on YouTube right now. Call it instinct, call it intuition, call it whatever the heck you want. But if I had to guess, I'll tell you what, I'll take a look at it. Oh, man. It is looking all sorts of crunchy and potatoey. Deathless Dogs, what's going on, Dan? Good to see you, man. Cheers, everyone. Cheers to you, too. Hope you have been well. I'm still kind of easing back into the streaming schedule. Back into streaming life. But we's here. And hopefully you can make out that I am, in fact, a person and not just an amorphous AI-created blob on your screen. Looks like 90s computer cinema gaming graphics. Looks great. Fantastic. We are on the Oregon Trail. We do be out here on the Oregon Trail. So, oh man, hope everybody's had a good week. Mine has been incredibly busy with work. I'm happy that tomorrow's Friday. Getting to record tomorrow. Thank goodness. Ready for next week's episode. Should have some reviews coming your way. And then should have a new Big Ass August Patreon episode coming out within the next couple of days as well. Trying to kick things back up into gear. Because this has been a much busier month than before. Stream. Stream. All you have to do is stream. Hello, Tony. Good to see you, buddy. I forgot about my banner. Boy, howdy. This is, there's not a whole lot of good, solid pixels happening on this, are there? Should I stick it out? Should I move to Instagram? I don't know. I'm a better singer than that. Tony, I just don't know what the song is. I apologize. I'm also... Audio's good. Video's a bit choppy. We'll just stay here then. There's no need to go changing things up. You're just not going to be able to see a whole lot of me. But, I mean, Dream? By whom? Oh, the Everly Brothers. Gotcha. I don't even know what I was saying. It's all good. I did try moving locations, though, to see if the Wi-Fi was a little bit better out here. And it is not. So it's all good, man. That's how it goes. It's, life changes and whatnot. We'll be in our own space in a couple weeks again, though. So very, very excited about that. Can't believe that we're going to be getting a new house. It feels like we've literally been out of that one for uh, a month, as long as the audio is decent. Yeah, absolutely. Um, we've been out of our old house for about a month now. A month ago today, we closed, and so we just kind of been like going about our business, and I would say waiting for the right opportunity is probably the best way to put it. And I mean, we found it, and we had a bunch of inspections and checks and whatnot come back very, very positively. Um, the appraisal was great as well. So we're in business, and I'm really, really hyped to show you guys what the new studio is gonna look like once it gets all up and running, and once we have things squared away out there. Um, and to have good Wi-Fi again. But I think what I was saying is that I moved out of my dad's office, my grandfather's office, out to the sunroom, which has a very nice bookshelf behind me that you cannot see, but you can see the back there, which you probably can't even really make out, even though I'm pointing to them. Oh, a brighter potato. Yay. At least the potato looks a little better tonight. Hi, Emily, by the way. Good to see you. But there's a gorgeous bookshelf, built-in bookshelf back there that, I just love. Just love it. Just a great house. And, if it were closer to everybody, if it were closer to our family, I think Lucy and I, would be happy picking this house up and moving it somewhere. But the reality of it is you can't. And so we're just we're getting there. Patrick Corrigan, happy birthday! Thank you, man. Good to see you in the chat. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode as well. Thanks for your kind wishes. Congrats on the house. I've been in my new house for over a year, and it's still fun. Thank you, Dan. I appreciate that. I'm so excited for it. I'm gonna have, for the first time in 3 years, an indoor, like in the house, dedicated studio space. Because I don't know if everybody knows this, but my studio, in the old house, was out in our garage, and I moved out there the summer before Eden was born. And so we just kind of we needed the space, and so I took my happy butt out there and got a little cold during the winters and very warm during the summers, and so now I'll have AC, and I'm so psyched for what this space is going to end up being. I've already started planning stuff out. Eric and I have already started planning where things are going to go. I think I'll finally have a dedicated space for music again as well. Set up my amp and my guitars, and just be able to hang out in a sense. But having the studio in house is definitely the way to go. I completely agree. I mean, I have missed uh, that, and there was a period too where we were talking about maybe buying a smaller house and then getting like a tiny home or a trailer or something that I could use as a studio detached from the actual house. But it just so worked out that we don't have to do that, and couldn't be happier, honestly. Bill, hanging with Bill. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. I'm kind of drunk, so let's do this. Patrick Corrigan, thoughts on Blue Run? I have many thoughts on the Blue Run acquisition by Morrison Coors. Excuse me. None of them particularly well developed, but we'll figure that out along the way together. Why don't we? So for anybody who doesn't know, Coors, the company that makes beer, acquired Blue Run Spirits this past week. I don't remember the exact number. It was in the millions, of course, but it was a necessity for Blue Run to be able to survive and thrive, to have an investor, to have somebody. Could you not please stop freaking me out? The cat keeps. So there's a step down into the sunroom. Hello, sweet girl. I mean, she's very sweet. Don't get me wrong. But there's a step down into the sunroom, and this chair is right up against the step. Now, I've been home alone all day today, and 3 times, she's about to make it a 4th, the cat has stood up on her hind legs, put her paws up on the back of the chair, and then bopped me on the back to get my attention. And every single time I have thought that there is a ghost in this house. But as far as I know, there's not. But that's a story for a different time. I guess I kind of talked about it last week. A little bit. I don't remember for sure. Cheech Artolino, what's going on, homie? Good to see you, my friend. I know it's been a minute. Thank you for sticking around and patiently awaiting the return of TIMBP Live. And that goes for everybody, too. Thank you so much for your patience. And I know that this has been a summer of change for us, for our family, and with the intense busyness of it, I just really needed to take some time and not be constantly going, so that I could be available when I needed to be for the family and for all the moving and whatnot. I thought we determined it is definitely haunted. I'm pretty sure it is. I'm pretty sure it is. But anyway, back to Blue Run, real quick. With all the proposals that they made, I talked about this on a live back when the plans were announced for their experience, their visitor center, their visitor experience, about it just being this huge grand plan and being really innovative and cool, and having this sense of like nobody's done this before, or at least the craft behind the building was going to be its own thing. Always have to make time for yourself. For example, I'm not going live tonight because I just didn't feel like it. I did miss streaming a lot, Dan, and I get that feeling too. I mean, yeah, there's times where you just need a break. And I don't know how much I talked about this publicly. I think I talked about it a little bit on Patreon. But I mean, the reality of it is too, I was getting pretty burnt out. as well, not just with live streams, but with the podcast as well. And I never want to get to a point where the podcast feels like work, or at least to the point where I'm dreading doing it or dreading having to just create the thing. Like, I don't want that. I don't want that to be part of my experience with something that I hold so dear. Hang on, Lucy's calling me. Didn't know we were streaming. Eden's not been feeling good today, so she asking about medicine. Anyway, yeah, I don't ever want to get to the point where I'm doing it because I feel like I have to. So taking a little bit of time off over the summer, missing my first ever episode of the podcast as well, which I had never done before. 280 straight episodes, and 281 was just Eric. It's crazy. That was, what does that make it? Like 10 weeks ago? 11 weeks ago? That's 12. Jeez Louise. But yeah, so kind of easing my way back into everything. But the podcast is still going full force, of course. I couldn't take a full break from that. I couldn't take a break from it over the summer like I did live streaming. But anyway, yeah. I've spent 17 and a half minutes talking without talking about what I've been drinking or what I am drinking. I just had some, just poured up some Turkey 101. Just kicking things off. And I want to talk a little bit about things that I have been drinking recently as well, and rediscovering things about my palate as well that I have kind of forgotten, or, you know, anyway. Gotta love you some Turkey 101. Eric handled it. I'd like to see him do a whole live stream. I would love for Eric to do a live stream. You know, he and I are both like, I'll talk about this here because I didn't talk about it on the podcast. Eric, we talked about it on Patreon at the very least. Eric and I are both in a period of kind of regressing back into our shell a little bit. And what I mean by that is not that we're becoming more introverted. It's not that at all. What I mean is that we're retreating back to a place of relative anonymity based on some of our life things. For example, Eric has a new job that he's going to be starting, but he has expressed to me, and he's expressed to the Patreon as well, that he wants to keep the details of that mostly secret, or private at the very least. Secret is probably not the right word. Private is probably more appropriate. And reevaluating the like privacy that I kind of lost a little bit over the past couple of years with, as far as like too many people having my home address, which is not something that I ever intended to have happen, and it just wound up that there were so many people, and it was not ill-intentioned by any means. It was people sending bottles or samples or wanted to come hang out for a bit, or just whatever. I really, really, really got too far away from the privacy that I need and the privacy that I want for my family. So I've made this decision, and by leaving our old house and going to a place where we can exist very privately. I mean, there's genuinely a handful of people, mostly family, a couple of friends, who know precisely where we are right now. It's been very freeing, and it's taken an anxiety off of my chest that I kind of hadn't thought about, that it was just there in general for a long time. And so, like, moving forward, of course, we still like want to host people or meet up with people, but it's going to be on much less of a, well, why don't you just come over to the house basis? Because again, that's my safe place. That's where my privacy is stored. And again, I don't want anybody who may have been fortunate enough to come to our old house, or send us things, to feel like this is a slight against you. It's not. This is a purely personal feeling of, I've got to take care of my family. Got to make sure everybody's safe. The last thing that I want is somebody figuring out where we live, handing it out to strangers, especially people that we don't feel safe around, and then we get into a precarious situation. So this is a very long-winded way to say that we'll have alternate ways of getting packages, samples, mail, whatever, from you guys in the future. But it will not be to my residence. So, yeah. I feel like I've done a lot of like backpedaling on things tonight, and I've done a lot of like having to explain myself in ways that I almost feel like I shouldn't, but at the same time, like I know that I would get a lot of questions otherwise if I didn't address it in some capacity. And it's not like I'm largely in the public eye, because I'm not. But I still want to maintain any sort of privacy and anonymity that I can, that allows a feeling of safety. That's all it is. Papa Ritter's here. I want you to show me the way every day. I want you day after day. Tilly's perked up a little bit. Hi, Papa Ritter. Good to see you in the chat, buddy. Bill's got a bunch of koozies for you, Dad. All right, I'm ready to move on from the turkey. Why don't you folks let me know what it is you're drinking? Perry, I GPS trackered you at TIMBP weekend. I'll let you guess where I stuck it. I don't want to know. Hi, Dad. All right, so I'm gonna talk about this. Pour this up. This daggum $30 exquisite bottle of bourbon, Old Granddad 114, has been one of my favorite pours as of late. I mean, it's just Granddad 114. Like, there's nothing else to say about it. High rye recipe from Jim Beam, in honor of Old Basil Hayden. But yeah, man, it's just, I think part of what has gotten me back into loving it is, and I knew it was going to happen, of course, but the rise in price and the lack of availability of rare breed, unfortunately. But this is just like, I don't know. It's so funny because I feel like I started getting back into Granddad 114 at the same time that a lot of other people started talking about it again, especially just in the sense of like, this is like my favorite pour. This is what I want to have around all the time. And Dan even just said OGD 114 has always been my answer to if you can only drink one for the rest of your life. I don't know if that's it for me. I think Elijah Craig Barrel Proof is still that answer for me. Hey, as someone self-employed, I can appreciate that it's up to you to discipline your work life / circle in your private or family life into ways that keep both healthy. Yeah, it's just part of it, and I'm thankful that I have this opportunity for like a reset, almost. If yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to a new start. Yes, ma'am. What are you doing, Marie? It's doggy time, everybody. Oh, she's just passing by. Never mind. I may be the minority here. Old Granddad 114 is not for me. It's subjective. Totally fine. Tony doesn't like it either. Something about you Midwesterners, it sounds like. Sounds like a Midwesterner thing. Oh, I do love it. I really do love it, though. It's just so nutty. It's got that perfect, like, proof crispness to it as well, where it's just enough to kind of like slide into your peripheral vision. You might like kind of notice it a little bit, but it's just solid, man. It's just solid. Meat on the rocks, cocktail, splash of water, what have you. I think of this in the way that, that's not how I want to phrase that. How do I want to phrase this? Old Granddad 114 to me is what a lot of the current run of Willet products with that like overly peanut buttery flavor are trying to be, if that makes sense. I just think that it's spectacular. We're all neighbors and I'm in between you. That is true. That is true. Did anybody answer what they've been drinking? Did I just miss it? I could have just missed it. That's entirely possible as well. But let me know. That's the worst way I could have said that. Just an annoying kid voice. Yes, Berlioz. You're just gonna talk a little bit. It was like disapproving. Hashtag Nutty Squad. I'm at work, so I'm having H2O. Pop Ritter Head Makers. There you go. Did somebody have some gas? Marie, did you poot? You okay? You're okay. All right, can you go lay down, please? Or do you want to? Ah, crud. I don't know how well that's going to work. Oh, Starlight Cigar Batch Rye. Sorry, Tony. I knew somebody said something, but I forgot. I apologize. Do you really have to go for the squeaky toy right now? She gave me a look like, of course I do, Dad. Of course I do. Berlioz is a boy. Dad. And it's spelled Berlioz. Like the composer? Right? Yeah, composer. Castle and Key bourbon with ginger ale. Cliffy, what's up, buddy? Cheers, Pixel Perry. I am quite pixely tonight. I understand. I'm very sorry. But it might just be the month or the summer of pixel streams. Unless I can figure something else out. Beyonce or whatever his name is. Adam, Mr. Dreamhound himself. Happy birthday again, Pear Bear. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Hope you have been well. What to lose? Why are you guys doing this all of a sudden? Just go lay down or something, please. Ridiculous dogs. Anyway. You guys got to stop staring at me. You're stressing me out. Can you just go lay down or something, please? Please? Can you lay down? I love you, but no, we can't do this right now. Bill's got to pee. All right, Bill. Well, come back when you've emptied the tank, I suppose. And pour some more Castle and Key. Why don't you? Why don't you? What else do we have going on right now? I've got my follow-up with my foot doctor tomorrow. I'm going to find out how it's been healing. It feels pretty good. My ankle has been hurting more than anything. And I'm not entirely sure why. I'm sure I sprained it or something when I broke my foot. But, you know, we'll find out. The foot really is feeling a lot better. Truly, truly. Ugh. Put the seat down, Bill. Papa Redder says put the seat down. I don't know what's going on anymore. The Cliffy bus is coming, and he is drinking something. Clifton, what are you doing for your stream tonight, dude? I'm sorry I don't really have anything planned tonight as far as like a topic or anything goes. I was in the mood to just kind of have a good hangout sesh. I really needed it. Just some downtime. some time to decompress. It's been just a super busy week at work as well. Oh, crap. I knew I forgot something. 2023 Ellie Whiskey, Old Fitz 10, Yellowstone Tokaji, Kentucky Senator Bourbon, Lafroy Cardias. Cardias? Lafroy Cardias. Totally copied and pasted that. Hey, all good. I just hadn't had a chance to see what you were doing tonight. I hope I get the chance to tune in for a bit. Once we get into our own house, and we have Cargis, Lafroy Cargis, cool. I'll be able to do hangouts again, do some more stuff with the community, but this is not conducive to being on a call with people. So, my goodness. Well, thank you guys for being here tonight. I'm not going to go for I'll stick on for another 10 minutes or so, probably. It's like easing back into school. Like, they have it set up so that, the first week, at least in Kentucky, you start on Wednesday, you go for 3 days. Next week, you go for 4 days. And then by the third week, you're going 5 days. And then the week after that, you've got a day off. So, like, the first 3 weeks of school in Kentucky, they're, like, getting you ramped back up for your school schedule. Chris, Pear Bear, about 5 weeks till we are back in Kentucky. How is it already that close? That is insane. Man, I'm excited to see you guys, though. Good to know. I'm very happy to see you guys in a few weeks' time. And you'll be able to see me better, too, since I'm all pixely. But, Marie. Hey. Marie. Don't. Lay down. She's going to start barking, and it's going to be so loud. It's just a bird. Perry, what's your current favorite beer? I drank a lot of New Belgium Voodoo Ranger this summer. Especially the Juice Force, the one that's in the orange can. So good. So flipping good. What? That's not fair? They just shoved us right into 5 days? I am very sorry. Oh, you just got over your second round of COVID. I have not had COVID since... When did I have COVID last? 2021? Or at least like had it enough to wear it, because I don't know what the current strain of it all is like. I mean, I could have had it mildly and not known, but I mean, I've genuinely just not. I've at least not had it enough to worry about since 2021. I guess that was fall 21. Is that when that was? When Lucy and I both got it. Somehow Eden didn't get it. Miraculously. But I think that's the only time I've had it. That's the only time that I know that I've had it. We thought at the beginning of 2020 that we might have had it. It was before, it was a widespread thing that everybody knew about. Just horrible, horrible feeling. Like we were sick with the flu, but just bad. So, operators only had one. There we go. Might have had it December 2019 too. Oh, that's right, Tony. You guys did get COVID after the meetup weekend. Forgot about that. That was distressing. Like right as everybody was getting home, there were a couple of you all. Joseph had it. You had it, Tony. Was there anybody else that had it? Come tailgating with us this year? I would love to come tailgating with you guys this year. Hopefully it all works out. I mean, you know, we're going to be moving into the new house in a couple of weeks. Part of it's going to be a little bit slower than others just because, you know, we're doing some little renovations and pulling up carpet, painting, stuff like that. So we shall see. Hopefully it won't be too painful of a process. You did not get COVID. That's right, Bill. Gators game on September 30th. Hoo boy. That would be a great tailgate to come to. I think we can. I mean, luckily it'll be far enough out that we should be able to make that happen. All right, I'm going to pour up one more thing as we get kind of wrapped up here. This is a Total Wine Knob Creek pick. TWM, no NOE. Of course, better barrels. It's a 9-year, 7-month pick. 9-year, 7-month, 1 day pick. And it has been delicious. We will be at the Goodfellas Caravan, eating pizza and having pours. Awesome. Hey, I like both of those things very much. Bill did not catch it, yet he was with me 24/7 the whole trip. That is true. I don't know how you were able to avoid that, Bill. But good on you. Hey, good on y'all for stopping by the stream tonight as well. That's like I said, I know that it's been, you know, a hectic schedule this summer, but thank you guys for popping in. There's 17 of you all right now. That's not nothing to me. That means a lot, and I appreciate it. Very cinnamon and appley. Knob Creek pick. I managed to avoid COVID when Lil got it last Christmas, even after my knee surgery, so I could not easily escape. I'm glad you never caught it, Chris. I love Stream. I love Lamp. I love Lamp as well. It's a good lamp. It's my only source of light. I don't have anything on the left side of my face. I'm going full two-face tonight. But it's a good lamp. The things I choose to focus on during live streams. Oh, the brown sugar. It really is just kind of like a really good apple pie of a pick. Well, folks, I appreciate you all being here tonight, bearing with me as I'm regaining my sea legs for live streams. The idea is just kind of ease into it a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more every week until we're back at full steam. So next week, closer to an hour for sure. But this week, I'm so happy that that you guys are here. Thank you for taking the time to believe in all the things that we do with TIMBP and supporting the show. Like the video if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel. Follow on social media at MyBourbonPod, and support the show on Patreon, patreon.com/MyBourbonPodcast for as little as $1 a month. For as little as $5 a month, there is bonus content. And that is going to do it for this week's TIMBP Live. See y'all real soon. Until next time, though, I'm Perry. And this has been TIMBP Live. Toodles.